Cindy
and Christine
with Candles and Supplies, and we are doing some Father's Day inspired things lately. So, because Father's Day is right around the corner. So today we're going to do a beard balm.
Beards are still very trendy right now.
Yes.
So I feel like a lot of guys have them.
Beards are very trendy. Yes.
It's also good for any time too, not just Father's Day. So
that's true.
All year round product, but
that's true
for Father's Day.
And honestly, the beard balms and everything, from like swimming in the summer and your hair being dry if you're near the beach or ocean or pool. So I have a pool, we're not really near the ocean, but from swimming and everything like that, your hair gets dry and stuff. So honestly, I use this on my hair too. So it's good for anything.
So good moisturizing of hair.
It is, yeah. So especially for beard. So what a beard balm is supposed to do is it softens, it shines, it makes the beard feel silky, because typically like beard hair, mine doesn't really get this way. Yeah, but it's really, it's like bristly kind of hair. So you want to soften it, you want it to shine and stuff like that. So you want it to be like super soft and nice looking. So when you have a beard, so that's the whole objective of a beard balm.
So question then, so what's the difference between a beard balm and a beard oil?
Excellent question. So they're very much similar. So you can also make a beard oil from this. Well, we can go into that a little bit. But a beard balm has beeswax in it. So what the beeswax does is just kind of seals and protects everything. So a balm is like a protectant.
Right.
So
it's more solid.
Lip balm goes on your lips to seal and protect your lips. So this goes on your beard balm, goes on your beard to seal and protect your beard. So that's the difference. But literally, if you took this recipe and left out the beeswax, you would have a beautiful beard oil. So we've chosen a few things. This recipe is actually very, very simple. So the main recipe, literally 75% of the recipe, or 75 grams. This is a 4-ounce batch that we're doing. I like to formulate in 4-ounce batches because it's about 100 grams. 100 grams is very easy to formulate with. So 75% of the recipe is going to be hair-loving carrier oils. 20% of the recipe is going to be beeswax. 3% of the recipe is going to be vitamin E. 2% is going to be hair-loving essential oils. Now, that was all really, really fast. We're going to go through it slower, obviously. So you heat all that stuff up, and then you pour it into like a nice container for dad or any man that would love it. So, so this 4-ounce recipe, you can get like two ounce things. This is a 2-ounce jar. This is a 2-ounce jar. Yep.
Those are nice.
We have these 2-ounce tins. And then if you just wanted to make one 4-ounce, we have 4-ounce jars that it goes in nicely too. So we chose for 75% of the recipe, or 75 grams. So the only equipment really that you'll need to make this whole recipe is a little scale. We use our little pocket scales because I love weighing on them. A little scale. I have a spatula to stir it up with and scoop it out. And then I weighed everything in a separate container. So some type of separate container to weigh your ingredients separately. I always like to weigh everything separately. That way, when you're weighing, if the scale gets kind of goofy or whatever, or you lose track as you're like counting little bits or whatever, it's separated so it doesn't kind of blow apart the recipe. So I picked 6 hair-loving oils, carrier oils. There's plenty of other hair-loving carrier oils out there. I chose these 6. You can use as few or as many as you want. The whole recipe is 75 grams, so you can put 75 grams of whatever you want in here. These are ones that I chose based on what I like and stuff like that for my beard. So first one we have is jojoba. So jojoba is a very nice oil. It's closest to our own natural sebum of our skin. It treats dry hair from the follicle out, right? That's very important. You want to have very healthy hair follicles because you won't grow a beard, you won't grow hair if your follicles aren't healthy, right? So jojoba is a very, very nice one. It's good for people with oily skin or dry skin or normal skin because it's closest to your own sebum. So
yeah, that is more of a luxury oil.
It is a luxury. I put a lot in here. So that's in this recipe, there's 28 grams of jojoba oil. And I've all pre-weighed this out, and it's melting back behind Christine on a griddle. You'll need some type of heat source to a double boiler or a griddle. Since there's beeswax.
Did you do it in the microwave?
Since there's beeswax, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It takes forever in the microwave, so it's a little easier on a double boiler or on a griddle or something. Next thing we have is 20 grams of hemp seed oil. So hemp seed oil is very dark looking. So this balm is going to be like yellowish, like a darkish looking one. It's not going to be white. So I like the natural kind of rugged color, especially for beard balms, because guys are natural and rugged. They like to be natural and rugged. So So I don't mind the color of the oil. It does come through in the final product a little bit too. But what hemp seed oil does, hemp seed oil increases the blood flow, creates a stronger, healthier hair follicle. Remember, we're going for healthy hair follicles to produce hair, nice healthy hair and everything like that. Next, we have argan oil. And argan oil is used in loads and loads and loads of different hair products. You see it in shampoos and all kinds of things, conditioners and that type of thing, because argan oil is really nice. If you ever put just straight argan oil on your hair, it feels like so nice and soft and silky. So straight argan oil makes it feel a little bit heavy too, but it makes your hair feel really nice and soft.
Yeah, so one of those main components that people like, I don't even know if it's a main component, but all the shampoo brands like to specify argan oil recipes, blah, blah, blah.
Because it conditions, it softens your hair, it helps treat split ends and frizz and all those things that we don't like in our hair and stuff like that.
But you don't really know how much is in those versus this, you know exactly how much is in there.
Don't. Yep, we're giving it all away here. So we use 12 grams of argan oil. And then next, we do sweet almond oil. So sweet almond oil softens and shines your hair, makes it really shiny, or your beard. So softens and shines your beard. So you have a nice, soft, shiny kind of beard.
It's good absorption too, right?
Yeah, really good absorption. It's good for like dry and damaged things and stuff like that, which could be your beard. So that's what sweet almond oil does. And we're using 5 grams. So these last little ones, we're using 5 grams of each. So 5 grams of sweet almond oil. And the next one, we're using 5 grams of grapeseed oil. So what grapeseed oil does, it treats dry skin, which would be dandruff, dry skin or dandruff. It strengthens hair because it stimulates the follicles. So again, follicle stimulation for healthy hair strengthens the hair along the way too.
That's good too, because you're probably, guys probably aren't moist. I don't even could moisturize underneath the beard with like lotion or something. Correct. So having the beard balm with the skin loving properties in there really helps the skin underneath the beard.
It does, yeah. That's important. You want to keep the skin healthy underneath because otherwise it won't grow your nice, beautiful beard or handsome beard. And then the last but not least in the carrier oil that we're using today is avocado oil. And what avocado oil does, it's again stimulates the follicles for healthy hair growth. So all of these are easily absorbed and they're not skin clogging either. So if your skin clogs, then your follicles are going to be clogged. They're not going to produce. It's not going to be healthy. So these are all very easily absorbed oils.
Castor.
Right.
That's like a skin.
Castor is, very heavy on the skin. Even olive oil is very heavy on the skin too. It's good to protect and stuff, but not necessarily to stimulate your follicles or anything like that.
Right. So your face is definitely more sensitive too.
Mm-hmm. So since we want this balm to be like a paste-like consistency, and we have all oils, we want to harden it up with something. So I chose beeswax because I love beeswax. Beeswax is going to solidify the formula, also add a layer of protection to it too. So all these beautiful oils that you're putting into your beard and stuff like that, the beeswax is just going to kind of seal and protect it. If you've ever made lotion with beeswax, you know how nice the lotion feels like you put it on your skin, and it protects your skin and stuff like that too from any kind of free radicals and stuff. So, and if you want a vegan option, you could always use the Carnauba Wax. So you don't have to use the beeswax. I like the beeswax better because it's a little more pliable and sticky. This tends to make it a little harder. It's not bad, but just a different kind of consistency. So I prefer the beeswax consistency.
What about the soy wax?
I don't see why you couldn't use soy wax. Soy wax might be a bit oily though, so I would test that. So beeswax and Carnauba Wax aren't as oily as, they're harder, whereas soy wax is softer. So we're using 20%, so that's 20 grams in the recipe. Soy wax, you might have to go a little higher on the soy wax. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't really play with that, so but great question. That's a great question. And then next we have vitamin E oil. So vitamin E oil is an antioxidant. It's going to help keep all these fresher. So we don't have to use a preservative in this because there's no water. So we want something to keep the oils fresher and longer. It's also an antioxidant, which means anti-aging, antioxidant preserves, preserve the beard too. So it's a good additive, not only good for your skin, good for your hair, good for the formula too, to keep your oils from going rancid. So we have vitamin E. I'm using that at 3%, so there's 3 grams in this recipe. again, you can adjust that a little depending on like how much vitamin E you want to put in there. And then we have essential oils. So essential oils can be awesome for your hair too. I chose 3. I have a whole list of ones that are really good for hair. But what I was looking for in the essential oils that we're using is something that is going to treat the dandruff and the dry skin, help with that out, unclog pores to stimulate the follicles. And then essential oils with circulatory benefits too. So, right, if your circulation and your blood flow is good in your skin, then the beard and the hair follicles are going to be happy and produce more hair. So, so I chose ones for that. If any of you have ever taken any of my hair classes, you know that my favorite thing is lemon and rosemary mixed at 50-50. But for the beard balm, I just wanted it to be a little more rugged. The rosemary is very piney and earthy, but I also put cedar wood in the recipe. So for the essential oil blend that we're using 24 drops of cedar wood, 12 drops of rosemary, and 12 drops of lemon. Other good ones to use that you might want to think about. So like if you dive again, it's just 48 drops total. So you could use 48 drops of whatever essential oils that you choose. Other good ones for your hair would be tea tree, peppermint. You see a lot of hair care products with both of those in them. Cinnamon, if you're doing this could also be a Christmas present for dad. So something with a little cinnamon adds a little spice.
I won't put too much cinnamon now because that's
No,
irritant.
it's a very hot. Yeah, it's a very hot oil. Same with clove. Clove is also very good for your skin and stuff like that too. But it's a spicy. It's a hot oil, so you wouldn't want to use too much of that. Lemongrass is also very good, very uplifting too. Black pepper, lavender. Lavender is good for everything. Pine, any kind of pine, and pine goes real well with men's skincare products too. Now geranium, now that's a little bit rosy smelling, but when blended with like cedar and pine and stuff like that, geranium is actually very nice. It just adds, sweetens it up a little, adds a little floral to it, and it makes it very nice. And then another one is patchouli. You want to deepen it up with a little bit richer of a scent, you can use patchouli too. Also very good for hair. You could use fragrance oil too. As long as it's skin safe, yep, you would still use it at the 2%. This is a 2% ratio. I wouldn't use more than 2%, so it's not a perfume, it's a beard balm. But we do want it to have some. I picked essential oils because they have their own kind of therapeutic benefits. So that's why I chose the essential oils versus the fragrance oils, but you could swap it out. So what I did that you missed, and you don't need to see me weigh every individual ingredients, I took each individual one and weighed it and put it in this little pot back here, which is nicely melted now. Here's a better way to see it.
So the things you weighed
very
and already melted were
right.
Just the oils and the wax, right? Not the vitamin E or the essential oil.
Nope, I didn't put the vitamin E or the essential oil in. We still need to add that. I don't like to heat essential oils because it kind of kills them. Essential oils are volatile plant oils, so we don't heat those up. But that's what it looks like.
Do you have to worry about the temperature right now or anything?
Nope, because we want it to be solid. This literally takes a long time to solidify. We want it to be as cool as possible before we add the essential oils, but we don't want it to cool down too much or we're not going to be able to pour it into our container. So we'll add the vitamin E, turn our scale on and hit tare. It will zero it out. So all we're doing is weighing out our vitamin E. That's all we need to weigh out because the essential oils will count drops. Christine will count drops. So the vitamin E, we want 3 grams. Very thick. Vitamin E is very thick, so it's like
I'm squeezing pretty hard.
Yeah, imagine like honey. It's like the consistency of honey. So honey in a little squeeze bottle is not that easy.
All right,
she's using her muscles.
There.
Right. Now the essential oils.
All right, start with rosemary. Cedarwood. He has the Euro dollar, so we're good here.
How many drops of cedarwood?
24.
24 drops of cedarwood. Little secret of the day. So that smells fantastic.
Okay. 12 of lemon, 12 of rosemary, 24 of cedarwood. Real good.
All right. Pour it in the jar. What do I do with my? Oh, look at me.
Yeah, look at that.
All
Looks
right.
great.
It does look great. Cool. And then leave it uncapped till it's solid. It takes forever. Give it a full 24 hours to get solid. I just usually let it sit out. I'll put a paper towel over top so nothing falls in it or anything like that. So, but you could speed it up by putting it in the fridge. If it does crack, just heat it up with a little heat gun to fill in. the cracks or anything.
So like now that it's gonna get warmer, it takes a little bit longer though
Mhm.
to solidify. So
And this recipe multiplies out very nicely. So if you wanted to do, a bunch of 4 ounces or 2 ounces or something like that, if you wanted to multiply it out and do, a bunch of different 2 ounces or whatever, it multiplies out very nicely too. So that you can make a big batch and sell it. If you're selling it, you'll probably want to make a bigger batch. Percentages in this recipe that we use 75% carrier oils. That would be these light oils here, anything liquid. We use 20% beeswax or Carnauba wax to solidify everything up. We use 3% vitamin E. We use 2% essential oils. All that equals 100%. So you could also use that, in percentages if you're calculating a big recipe too. So if you want to do, however many, if you want to do 50 ounces of it, do 25, 2 ounces. So you need 50 ounces total. You can just take those percentages and calculate it out. Well, that's one of our Father's Day inspired projects. So look for blog posts and stuff like that. So we'll probably post some of these. We have a lot of really cool ones. And we have, like shaving ones and stuff for your unbearded dads. So also good for the ladies too.
or if you're cleaning up too. With
Yeah.
shaving.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we have a lot of different ones. So we'll get some blog posts going on those before Father's Day. And then after Father's Day, we have a summer series of all kinds of fun things to do while your kids are at home. So
Sounds good.
that's it for today, everybody. Thanks
All
for
right,
watching.
thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you next week.